Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a billionaire on your sailboat off the coast of Italy? Or are you concerned that your company doesn't care about you? Well, don't worry. In today's episode, we're going to discuss all of these topics and more, so stick around. Wenzel, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks. It's been a minute. Unfortunately, last week we couldn't make it work because I was on a country trip, as my business likes to call it, and the signal was absolutely non-existent in the middle of nowhere, Newcastle, and then there's Newcastle, South Africa, not the UK. So don't get that confused. It's not that exciting. I didn't go overseas on a fun trip, sadly. But here we are today,
And they call it a
catching up.
country trip, but you stay in the same province.
Yeah, that's. I think it's just to get us excited about doing work in the middle of nowhere.
And was the place you stayed quite nice?
It is quite nice. It's called Haggard's on Hilldrop. Pretty cool. It's like a unique historical site where some author originally owned the property, but obviously an author from like 1800s, early 1900s. So it's very old. Got a lot of cool history, a lot of old passports and stuff on the walls, old medical certificates, if I could put it that way,
Mhm.
old flags. So yeah, it's a cool little place, nice cozy little beds and all
Old
that.
flags
But
in South Africa? That doesn't sound like a good, good thing.
it's actually old British flags even. It's not even like old South African flags. It's proper old colonial flags where
Oh,
the
right.
king's head is still in the middle of the flag. So it's not even like just the what is it, the Union Jack? I think that's what the
Hmm.
it's the Union Jack, but it's got the old king's head still in the middle of it. So
That's
I don't know
very
how
old.
what. Yeah, that's very old. But yeah, otherwise quite a nice place. Other than the lack of signal.
Yeah. Perhaps on purpose. Keeps you focused on work.
We'll go with
Um,
that. But I need electricity. Well, yeah, I need electricity. But no, I need internet for work. Got to check my sales. Can't do that with no internet connectivity. So you're wrong.
you definitely can't do an online podcast with no internet.
Yeah, no, exactly. But yeah, we're here now. Happy to be back.
Yeah, that's good. My week
And yourself?
was good. I got a haircut, if you noticed. Um,
Looking sharp.
I played soccer last week. It was
Again, you
we
played another
first there
match.
was a first, huh?
You played another match.
Every Wednesday.
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, was so the first week we played it. We only managed to
Mm.
get 10 people, so it was five aside. Okay, and that was a lot of running, obviously, because it's only 5 people. So two with the goalies, there's only 4 people on your team. Then we played six aside, which was the perfect amount, having 12 people. For some reason, there's enough space to move into gaps, but also to pass through. Then last week we played seven aside, and seven aside was more running than five aside because everyone is so tightly packed. And just an extra 2 people, but everyone is close. So when you do pass the ball, more often than not, it gets intercepted. So you're running this way and then you're running back. So you're actually doing a lot more running because the ball's getting turned over so often. So seven aside was actually more running than five aside. And I was, we were all dead. All of us afterwards, we were crawling out of the place. Like, no, we can't do that anymore. Um, so yeah, we tomorrow night we do have seven aside again, uh, but hopefully guys will spread out a bit. Everyone just likes to run down the middle, um, and then they wonder why they're running back as soon as the ball gets turned over. Um, but yeah, it was good fun. And this week I have an awards evening on Friday. So it's called the Digital
Okay.
Media Awards, and it's held in Dublin. and all of the like digital agencies and radio stations and anyone who does advertising really shows up at this event in tuxedos and everything. And whoever sponsors the event wins all the prizes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds about right.
that's pretty much how it goes. If you sponsor an award or something, because you have to pay for an entry. So with these like media awards, it's not based on performance. It's you pay for an entry, okay, you submit your entry with all of your performance and everything, and they see, okay, so best social media campaign, for example. They'll see all of the entries and they'll say, okay, well, this person at the top is sponsoring the event, so they have to win it. Then second is probably going to be the person who performed the best, and then third will be probably the biggest agency out of the lot. So that because from the from from a consumer side, so like our clients looking in, they'll see, oh, we've been nominated for all of these awards, or we've won all of these awards. Um, Whereas all the agencies know, like the reason these award events are happening is so that there's a profit at the end of the day. So it's in your best interest to make sure the big agencies win awards so that they keep coming back and spending more money and trying to enter, because every entry you have to pay for. So out of the 50 awards that there are, you can enter into all 50, but you have to pay for each of those. So you're better off
Uh,
giving a big agency an award so that next year they can try again. And the people who sponsor it are usually the big agencies and like just below. Um, so I don't think we'll win anything because we haven't sponsored, but we should come second or third on some of the stuff. But a lot of people enter. It's ridiculous. Like I said, there's 50 different categories, and at least 10 agencies have entered every single category. So it's
a free
yeah,
for all, almost.
exactly.
A
But
free
hey,
for all for
it's good. It's a
entries.
good event. They have drinks coming around. They have food like 3 course meal, and then because my team is well, sorry, my agency is quite young. Everyone's my age. We're probably going to go out afterwards. At my previous company, we didn't do that. We just went. Everyone just went home because they were all old. So hopefully, I can keep up because I think I'm the only parent in the company.
I
So the
guess, yeah,
rest
we
of
are of
them
that
have been
age.
going out until they're in their 30s. Everyone's like 30 and just below. So they still been going out. Nothing has slowed them down. So hopefully I can keep up.
You just have
We'll
to have
see.
every second drink will have to be a sneaky water or a
I'm
Red
gonna have
Bull.
lots of water. Trust me. I'm just gonna say, oh, I don't drink. One thing I did find since coming here, because I've been out a couple of times. One thing I found, and take this as advice from me to you, um, drinking Guinness is the best thing you can do. Um, it's low on calories, number one, so it doesn't make you feel bloated when you drink it. But it's quite a heavy drink. Okay, so it takes a while to drink it. Like you can down it if you want, but most likely you're going to take small sips. So it's like having a whiskey, but at the price of Guinness of a beer. So
Yeah.
if it's your turn to get drinks, or if you someone's buying you a drink or whatever, you just say, "I'll have a Guinness," and then you can just sip on it slowly, and you don't get drunk. Because if it was a Castle Light, I would finish it straight away and get another one.
Oh, Castle Light. I hate that with a passion.
I miss
Ugh.
Castle Light, I must say.
No, sis. There must be an Irish equivalent or European
There is
equivalent.
one beer I found that is similar to Hansa,
Well,
but
that's
nothing else
just
comes
like a
close to South
lager.
African beers. Huh? What did you say?
I say it's just like a lager. Hansa's a lager. It's not really
No,
a,
it's a
a
Pilsner.
light beer. Oh, Hansa Pilsner. But yeah, that's not light beer. Castle Light is disgusting tap water.
Oh, but yeah. Anyway, I know you are the type to you're the type to drink craft beer.
Oh yeah,
You're very much a
I love
hippie.
me. I love me a craft beer. I've always been a bit of a hippie though. I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, but that one you had was quite good. I can't remember what it was. The
Yeah, I can't
colorful one.
remember either because there was a lot. The one I
You used
think
to
I
bring it
used.
to my house all the time.
Oh yes, that is Devil's Peak.
Devil's Peak, yes.
Yeah. Well, Devil Peak's the brand. Um, the King's Blockhouse is the one I always used to bring to your place. That was their one IPA.
Okay.
They have a couple
Yeah.
others, but that was the preferred, or at least my preferred.
Mm. I found that the beers in South Africa they are uh, seems more carbonated. They're definitely a lot more bubblier. The beers here are seem flat, and I don't know what it is. Like even if you get it from a tap, it's they're pretty much flat. Like Heineken is everyone you drink here is flat. There's like no bubbles, and that is the distinctive. Like when you open a Castle Light and you have that smell and it burns on the way down because of the bubbles. That's what I miss. You don't get that here. Everything you can drink a beer like it's water. Um, so
Or
yeah,
maybe
I
that's why
haven't managed
people
to
do
find
sit at the pub
it. That
and
is,
just
yeah.
drink it endlessly.
I do think that they actually maybe that's why they've changed it like that because they know how much people drink. So it's like it because like from a company's point of view, if you make the beers lighter and easier to drink, people will drink more.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, so I think that's one thing. Also, Hunter's Dry. I really miss Hunter's Dry, but we found a it's a it's a beer company that makes a cider, and it's an apple cider that tastes kind of similar to Hunter's Dry, um, but it's flat. Um,
But I've got like a really, now that we're talking about this, because you're a lot closer to me, so it's a lot more probable that you can get it. What about some of Jeremy Clarkson's beers and his ciders?
Hawkston, Hawkston.
Hawkston, yes. Hawkston, uh, yeah, lagers and
He
ciders.
so the
Do
problem
you
with
think you
Jeremy
is there
Clarkson is
something you
he's
could get?
very.
Because I'd love to find out if it's any good. Pretty sure I
I'm
won't
sure
get
it's
any of
good.
it.
I'm sure it's good. Um, the thing with Jeremy Clarkson is he's very British focused. So currently, it's only available in British pubs.
So there's no way you can like import some, like a
I could maybe
crate,
go into Northern Ireland and see if they have some there, but it's
and then drive
unlikely. It's
back
probably
down.
going to be England. It's probably going to be England.
Oh, oh, damn
But
it.
when it does eventually make it to me, I will try it. I also want to try James May's gin, so that would be interesting.
And Ryan Reynolds Aviation Gin, have you had that yet?
No, I was looking for it. Yeah, they don't have it. I'd have to get it online, and it's double the price online.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. I looked. There are some celebrity things that are available, but the ones that I want, I haven't seen on the shelf.
The Rock's tequila. What? Terramana?
Terramana tequila. Also, Kevin Hart made tequila as well,
Oh, they're just jumping on
and
the bandwagon.
so did Kendall Jenner. She's 818 or something, and the bottle's like a figure eight. I think tequila is very easy to make, or maybe it's like got its tax benefits because all
Well, I
celebrities do
think,
that.
yeah, but I think there's also a lot of fake um, tequila. At least when you watch those TikToks and those Instagram reels of like bar bar owners, mixologists. I think
Mm.
that also bartenders prefer to be called mixologists. Always seem to go on about how it's not genuine blue agave. All these celebrity ones are like just liquor that's flavored like tequila, or they always got some conspiracy about
Mm.
it's this but it's not.
Yeah, I think there's two plants, agave plants, but there's the one that was originally used to make tequila, and then there's the one that makes the knockoff, like Cactus Jack uses.
Ooh, Cactus Jack. Oh, that sends shivers down my spine just
But
thinking of
that
it.
is, I think what they're saying is right. But realistically, at the end of the day, what is the difference? You
Price.
have two shots of tequila, you finished anyway, whether it's the right tequila or the wrong tequila.
No, the difference is the one you can drink neat, like whiskey, and you actually can enjoy
Oh,
it.
oh, right. Okay, well, then I guess I've never had that tequila.
No, because that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, we've had Jose Cuervo, Cactus Jack, and what's that other one in the square
Uh,
bottle? Omega.
Honcho? Oh, Omega.
Omega.
No, the one I've liked is Old Jimador.
Never heard of it.
Exactly. I bought it for the first time because it had cool skull shot glasses. You know, like in the
Okay.
they sell the pack, and I had that, and that was actually quite nice. Not an expensive nice, but nicer than Cactus Jack.
The the Cactus Jack bubblegum was quite good though, you must admit.
Ooh, oh no, I hated the bubble gum, the caramel.
No, Cactus
Um,
Jack.
yeah, Cactus Jack. There was the bubble gum.
I only thought they made bubblegum.
No, there was more. There was the bubble gum. Um, oh wait, no, is this Olmeca?
Omega made
I'm
chocolates.
just
They made coffee.
I'm vividly remembering Nights at Origin.
Yeah, no, that was another brand. That was like a El Kilo or something. It was some knockoff brand.
Oh,
And I remember because at Bonkers when I used to work there, they had 2 rand tequilas.
imagine
So
that,
for
two
the
rand
people listening
tequilas
outside of South Africa, that's essentially
free.
half a cent, half a cent for a shot of tequila, and you could get any flavor. So they had all of them. They had chocolate, vanilla, bubblegum, caramel, strawberry, raspberry, all flavored tequila. And I remember we'd go to first out of straight out of high school, we'd go to Bonkers, and we would take a
Mm,
10 rand note, and our night would be done. That would be
a 10 rand
crazy.
not 10 rand note, and I'd take your ID and you'd take your driver's license or your learner's license. Ugh,
Yeah, because we were born late in the year. So for legal
always a
reasons, we did not
struggle.
use fake IDs to get into clubs.
We just no, none of the stuff was fake. It just wasn't
No,
mine.
yeah, it's all real.
It was real. It just wasn't mine.
Yeah. No, but speaking about illegal things, what's happening with EFF?
It
And
seems
can
to
we put
be.
Julius and Jacob Zuma in the thumbnail?
And you can try.
No one's
That
gonna click
could
on it.
be interesting. But no, so it seems to be a lot of fun stuff happening in our political space at the moment. Where, for those that don't know, in South Africa, the EFF is like this new political party. It's not like in America where there's in essence, a left and a right. In South Africa, we have, I think it was close to like 30 something, 40 something parties
Yeah.
that all get elected and they get seats in our parliament and everything, depending on the number of votes they get, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, EFF was a big uprising um, group that were kind of targeting younger members, and they worked well in the first election they were in. This year, when we had our next election since they've been around, so it's the second election EFF's been in through. Someone correct me, maybe I'm wrong, but they did not have a good time. The MK, which
I think
was
it's their third actually. I
it
think
could actually,
they started just before the first one, uh, 12 years ago,
I think you
and
could
they
be right.
got
It
like
could
no
be,
votes. They got no
yeah.
votes, and then they got quite a few in the last one, and then this most recent one, they went backwards.
Yeah, so they went backwards because most of the support came from our home province, KZN. But the problem with this election was that there was a new party formed by our infamous ex-president, Jacob Zuma. Mkhonto Sizwe is the name of the party, or MK
True
for
hero,
short.
South Africa's
Yeah,
Superman.
South Africa's Superman. Take a shower and you'll be sorted. But yeah, so they seem to have rocked the ship, and they pretty much dominated KZN. They gave ANC a real run for their money, properly scared ANC, and pretty much killed off the EFF and KZN. But now a bunch of the party members from the EFF are jumping ship, going to the MK now, which was like a which is literally a direct competitor. They're targeting the same demographic, so a lot of
And just to
interesting
point
things
out that
happening.
originally all of these people were ANC,
Yeah, yeah, I think
and
that's a good point.
they split to uh, EFF and ANC, and then the ANC left to make MK, and EFF left to make MK.
Yeah, so it's yeah, so like for example, for those that need or interested, Julius Malema, who's the head of the EFF, used to be the head of the ANC's youth league. Um, Jacob Zuma was our president, was also the president of the ANC, and now started the MK. So, yeah, exactly like you were saying, Terence, where it's the ANC is just
Bleeding, yeah.
spawning more political parties that hate them somehow. They're creating their own worst enemies, slowly but surely. It's quite interesting to watch play out.
I know. And I'm going to say something controversial, and I hope I don't get cancelled, but the reason people are hating the ANC is because of uh, promises being not resolved, not fulfilled, unfulfilled promises, right?
I don't think that's a controversial take. I think that's just
No, no,
stating the
no,
obvious.
no, no. Hold on,
Oh,
it's
is it
coming.
coming? Sorry, sorry.
Unfulfilled promises, okay, which we can all agree. The ANC promises something, doesn't deliver. Okay, they've done it for many years. Now, what makes the difference with at the MK? Are they still making promises that are
That
possibly not going to get fulfilled? EFF were making promises that I don't think we're going to get fulfilled, and people still vote for them.
yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's also unfortunately due to a lot of our socioeconomical situations and education levels being very poor in South Africa that people have very poor long-term memory and great short-term memory because all of these political parties, well, I mean most political parties, come election time, all of a sudden things start happening. T-shirts and free KFC start getting handed out in the locations.
No more load shedding.
No more load shedding. Although, touch wood, we've been actually since just before elections, we haven't actually had any load shedding since, which is ironic, I think, because everyone's now praising the current Minister of Power, making it sound like he did everything. Meanwhile, all the people that were catching flack before him because they had to do all the maintenance and renovations, they're all made to be these villains, and now the new guys just reaping the rewards of all the flack the previous people that held the position did. Because, yeah, it's kind of hard to provide power when everything's fallen to shit. And then it must be so nice to get the position when everything's been fixed. And now you can sit pretty and be like, hey, look at everything I've done. I've just come. But magically it's all fixed, thanks to me.
I,
And you're
I
like,
read somewhere that there was an accounting error at ESCOM where they adjusted for inflation by 600% or something over the years. It's accumulated to a 600% increase that they were adjusting for inflation um, in their accounting books, and that's why electricity's gone up. And someone just dug it out now that, oh, this is why the issue has been happening
Yeah.
for 30 years.
Yeah. So literally, so on that similar, well, pretty much exact same note, um, in a, if not the same post, a similar post, someone took the price of 350 units, I think it's kilowatt hours, like if you're buying prepaid. In 2007, you could buy those 350 units for 64 rand
Okay, and that's enough powerful
for
a
a
week.
small dwelling, a small house. No, it's more than a week.
Okay,
Sorry, it's not 350 units, but something along those lines. But for the same amount of units today,
350. Yeah,
you can't. It's ooh, my light almost fell. For the same amount of units of power, you're now paying 780 rand. So in 2007, it went from 84 rand.
that's over 1,000%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has anyone's salary gone up by 1,000%? No.
Yes, yes. The people who who run ESCOM.
Oh, sorry. Yes, yeah. Sorry. Some people's salaries have done that. And I even saw a funny thing on. It was 94.7, the one radio station where they had some people calling in, and it was quite funny because someone phoned in that was a head boy of some random school in the middle of nowhere, KZN, and he was the head boy, like proper, supposed to be all these things. He phones in complaining about how one of the kids in his classes that he went to school with same year, who like failed everything, was super lazy, always causing cuck, is now a minister. And now he's having to address him to get something fixed in his community and address him by your honor and everything. And it was this hilarious thing about how he starts ranting and raving about how and now I must call him your honor. But in school he was failing everything and he was doing nothing and he was lazy. I was head boy. I was supposed to be in leadership. I was groomed to be in the leadership position. And he goes on for like 10 minutes and it was hilarious. You could see obviously they got the webcam for the radio house staff, and they are
Mm.
all on the floor crying about how this oak was just having a go at how our ministers literally can fake it till they make it.
Was it? Do you think you got there through nepotism?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%. That's pretty much how most of our government is. It's everyone's brother and cousin, and so is either a politician or like the cousin or the uncle is the politician, and they've got 10 companies all owned by cousins, all getting all the tenders. No, it's very sad. You can have the best company out there, but if you're not related to someone who's a minister or a ward councillor or something, it's almost inevitable that you're going to lose out on winning that contract. Sadly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the way the world works everywhere. Um, I think
But
it's
at least
just
the
it's
jobs
quite
get done.
blatant. I suppose, but I mean, everywhere there's corruption to some extent.
Yeah,
Um,
no, there's it's always there. It's sadly it's never gonna go away. But I feel that at least in other countries they'll maybe take 5-10% off the top, get the job done, everyone's happy. Where in South Africa is like the opposite. They take 70% off the top, they do half the job, and then they go back to government saying, "Oh shit, we ran out of money." And you're like, "Bro, what? You were the highest. Like we didn't even go for the lowest bidder. We paid you double what they offered to do it, and now you've run out of money." Or like I mean, there's the big old asbestos scandal. I'm not sure if you remember reading about that, where a company was called in to do, or a tender was put out to evaluate a bunch of chicken, I'm pretty sure it was chicken farms, to check out the roofing. If it was all legal, blah, blah, blah. And they were awarded something like a 2 million rand tender. They paid, they outsourced the work because in SA that's what we a lot of doing. They call it tenderpreneurs, where it's people who actually have no link or arm in it. They don't actually own a company that does the work. They'll just win the tender and then they outsource the work. So this company outsourced the work for something like 300,000, and then they just pocketed the rest. Sorry, it wasn't 2 million. It was
1.7
something
million.
like it was like 20 million or something, but like
All
a
right.
stupid crazy big number. And then they outsourced the work to another company for 350,000, and banked millions for doing nothing.
That's just good business.
Great business practice. I'm jealous. That's actually the problem. Jealousy and greed. That's what leads to all of this.
Well, look, delegation is how you get into a management position.
This is
Oh,
true.
but you may have seen on the group chat, I did some googling or binging. I use Bing, and I try
Bing.
to use it as I try to use it as a verb. Say I binged it, but it just spelled binged, so it didn't look right at all. Anyway, I went on Google and I was trying to work out why the Roman Empire fell, and guess what it was? Corruption. The largest empire we've ever had in history fell to corruption, and yet nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
Human nature has not changed.
Speaking of corruption, tell me you've heard about Mike Lynch.
I'm so sure I have. I feel like I see
So,
his TikToks every day. Or TikToks
no,
about him.
about him, yes. So, Mike Lynch was a billionaire, okay? He created a company called it's Autonomy, or a software called Autonomy, and he sold it to HP, Hewlett Packard. Okay. What happened was when he sold it to them, it didn't work anymore. So he sold a broken product, which HP was aware about. They ended up fixing the problem through a hardware fix, not a software fix. And they were selling the hardware at a loss. Okay. So this software was supposed to save them a lot of money because apparently it does
Mm.
something like it's able to file through data in a different way that is a lot less, uses a lot less memory, but it gets the job done twice as fast. And so they've had to fix it with hardware, and they were selling their whole package at a loss because of the hardware fixes. And what happened was this led to investors suing HP. Okay, HP, and it accumulated to about $9 billion worth of lawsuits, which HP then
Jeez,
threw
like it.
onto Mark Lynch because it was his company that's caused all the problems. This was an ongoing lawsuit for quite a while. Mark Lynch and his business partner, okay, were both acquitted of the charges. So they were basically said, they ruled that no, HP, this is on you. He is not involved. He sold it to you. Blah blah blah. Basically they had knowledge about the everything. They can't give it to him. A
Yeah.
day later, there he is on his boat celebrating on his massive yacht off the coast of Italy in the Mediterranean, which apparently can get quite rough storms. Okay, and the storm capsizes his yacht. It was a yacht with a sail, not the other kind of yacht. And
Yeah,
a
not
lot of
the
people
Abu Dhabi
survived.
yacht.
Yeah, a lot of people survived. Um, but a lot of people, I think 6 people died, including Mike Lynch. The same day, Mike Lynch's business partner in a different country was hit by a car and killed. Right. Now, I know that HP, there's no chance that they can control the weather. Okay. But a captain of a yacht can read a weather report and decide on what decisions to make. This captain, by the way, survived, and a lot of the crew survived as well. So the people that ended up dying were related to Mark. So you kind of get what I'm leaning towards here.
Mm, a lot of convenient coincidences.
Coincidence, yes, coincidence, the big word. Um, so, what are your thoughts? Do you think a big company like HP would let 9 billion drive them to do this heinous act, or do you think it's just a coincidence that it happened at the same time, same day? After that, they were acquitted
Uh,
of all charges.
I tell you what, I'm a firm believer in these sort of things not being a coincidence. There's no, like, what if you're a betting man, or if there's something that you can find on Google that'll give us the odds of such a coincidence happening, that within even, or they say the same day, but if it's different parts of the world, that could be within a 24 to 48 hour window. The odds of those two people linked in that case suddenly meeting their end.
And who gets hit by a car?
Yeah, like what was he doing? Like
He
why
was
is he in the
apparently
middle of the
running.
road?
He was going for a run. He was going for a run.
Oh, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's hit by a car. So someone
Mm.
knew what he was doing.
I'll tell you the odds. 1 in 9 billion.
Exactly. Now, I'm sorry. Whether to say it's HP themselves, or maybe there's like a majority stakeholder that had a slightly bigger piece of the pie on this investment, it's hard to say. But stranger things have happened. And I mean,
Mm.
hell, you look in South Africa, we bring it back to being local and political again. Oaks are getting killed just to be ministers, because ministers are making 1.2 mil a year. Imagine that. So
Yeah, no.
when there's billions of dollars involved, it's hard for me to say it's not a little bit suspicious. A little
Yeah,
bit more than a
it's a lot of
coincidence.
suspicious. It's a lot of suspicious. I don't know. It's a the thing is, right, you would need a lot to happen in order for uh, a boat to sink to get that to happen,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
However, you can you can bribe a captain to perhaps put them in a dangerous position. Maybe they didn't plan on them getting killed. Maybe they just wanted a bad situation to happen. Because then they could be like, "We warned you," kind of. Look what we are capable of, basically.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's this the thing that is driving a lot of people crazy is the fact that it happened on the same day that the guy who was the main problem, his boat sank, and then somewhere else in the world, a guy running got hit by a car, but yet they were linked in the same case, and they were business partners, and they were both responsible for this product being sold to HP, taking all the money from HP. Um, so
Yeah. I think it's very easy to keep track of someone's schedule, and if it's someone that runs, they generally have like a routine, like every morning or every afternoon at a certain time period, they'll set aside that time for a run. So that's quite easy to keep track of. So that's very likely that this has been arranged. They'd seen the captain, gave them the, hey, the weather's looking bad. plan A is a go, very easy for them to then let the other people know today's the day. The ship sank. You're a go. Dunk. Oopsie.
Yeah. But it will never be the guys in charge. They will always delegate, 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 delegate.
And then
Um,
you're going to jail.
there's another large company that's in the news. Um, and this I
The
don't.
bank,
You've probably
right?
heard about it.
It's a bank, if I remember correctly.
Wells Fargo. I think it's investment firm.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Money. I knew money was involved
It
again.
is, yeah, yeah.
Different reasons.
Oh no, you're right. It is a bank. It's International Bank. They offer financial services. So anyway, same thing. So what happened recently is this lady by the name of Denise, 60-year-old lady. She works at a Wells Fargo, and now I want you to try and imagine what an office building looks like at a bank. They have cubicles, so those pin-up walls that go all the way around the desk, where you just have like a little sliver of a door, and then your desk is inside. Okay,
Yeah.
and they've got those throughout the floor. Now, a lot of people work remotely nowadays, but what happened was she went in on a Friday, typical morning, and then she ended up not leaving, but no one noticed. Monday, people were complaining about like a bad smell. They were complaining here and there about certain smells, and they said, no, it's a sewage problem. So it must be sewage. Tuesday, a report was due. So a manager said, I'm missing my report. Please can say to the assistant, please can you go and get the report from Denise? The assistant went and saw Denise lying on her desk and said, oh, maybe she fell asleep. Let me see if I can wake her up. Her body was stiff, and they found the source of the smell. She had passed away. They said it was sometime around Friday, but no one noticed. And it's actually a very sad story from Denise's point because was she
I think it's
sick? Was she sick? Should she have been in the office? Whatever those situations were that led to that situation, her um, passing at her desk, obviously should have been noted. Now, after that, no one asked her, do you want to go get lunch? No one checked the cubicles on Friday when they locked up. On Monday morning, no one said good morning to her. No one asked her to go for lunch. No one said, how was your weekend? Nothing. Until a report was due. And then, only then was she found because she wasn't doing her job uh, in her manager's eyes, essentially. Um, so she was dead for 4 days in her office. A lot of repercussions. I can imagine Wells Fargo employees are going to go through a very strict uh, health and well-being program for the next couple of months while they try and cover this up. Make sure all of our employees are looked after. But it just goes to show that you can be so lonely at your job, even though you have so many people around you. It can be the loneliest place. Um, and you always need someone to reach out to ask how they're doing. And from a fellow colleague, what you might want to do is make sure you greet everyone in the morning, make sure everyone's okay. Do that extra mile because I'm not sure what her situation was. I haven't done that much digging in terms of how she died, what the cause was. But if someone had just stopped Friday morning and asked how you're doing, she could have said, I'm feeling sick. And maybe they could have got her to the doctor or something. Uh, yeah. So that's my thoughts on the situation. And it's pretty sad. There's a lot of people on TikTok crying about it. um, because no one checked on her. From my standpoint, and I'll pass it on to you now, but I'm angry at the company for not. Uh, well, she had to apparently check in. So, like, they have a check in system, and she didn't check out. And no one said, "Oh, look, Friday evening, Denise hasn't checked out. Let me go and see her desk if she's still working, if I can help her with anything." That should be standard for a company.
Yeah,
Um,
or security at the very least should be doing a check
I
to
think,
see
yeah, I
has
think
everyone left the
security
building
did
or we're
like
just
a,
closing doors.
yeah. I think it's because a lot of people work remotely, and um, a lot of people work late as well. So I don't know if security even locked up. I think it was more of a, there's like security at the building, right? But the floor
Oh,
that
like a
they take
24
up,
hour security.
yeah, yes. So there was no one. Security was, it wasn't their job to go up and check the building.
Yeah, I mean, even if you take apart the, well, I mean, we're going to add to the sad, but if you avoid even the workplace, was there no one of her friends or does she still have family that it took so long for no one to notice? Obviously, again, I haven't seen the full stories. Maybe there was. We just haven't heard it because, for the media's sake, it paints a better picture to say the company's terrible and nobody reached out to her.
Yeah,
So maybe there was a family member that was a little bit like, oh, where was she? But no, the issue at hand is still that the workplace environment there very clearly didn't exist. Like you're saying, the way that people, no one was checking in on her, or no one saying, hey, come for lunch, or anything of that sort for it to just be on a Monday. Like, was her cubicle in the very far corner that no one ever wanted to go to? Did no one ever walk past it? Because generally in those kind of environments, or when the whole floors are rented out, the cubicles entrances are all along a passage that inevitably everyone working in the cubicles has to pass it.
yeah, like they're all in the middle of the floor. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so like that means on Monday people must have walked past. And
and
yeah,
yeah,
no, I
maybe
think
seen
there
her lying
is
on the desk,
just thought,
and
this old lady having a nap. Meanwhile,
shame.
well,
But I
but
think,
that's why it's sad though, because we'll never know. Did she just have a random heart attack on Friday? Just so happened to fall onto a desk? Because again, we don't know exactly how, what posture or whatever. But I mean, it's plausible to think that maybe she
it's
just had
safe
a.
to assume she was lying on her desk, because otherwise, if she was on the floor, people would have noticed.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna notice someone lying on the floor in your cubicle, and you're not. Well, I'm not gonna say you're not, but in good conscience, I'm gonna say nobody would walk past someone lying on the floor with their eyes closed. No one's gonna ignore that. Someone lying on the desk, however awkward, they might, again, because of poor uh, environment at the workplace, they might just go, well, I'm not getting involved. Sleeping on the job, not my thing. So yeah, safe to assume, I think, that she unfortunately
Yeah.
fell on the desk, but
Yeah,
just,
but
yeah, it's almost one of
fair
those.
enough. Like, if you think about it, our parents are 60, around that age. So if we don't call them, if they were single, there's no one calling them. So over the weekend, it's not like, you know, if it's not their child, and let's say she didn't have children, let's say she was single, it's unlikely she has friends that are looking for her attention, because they probably have their families and whatever on the weekend. So,
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is
yeah.
true. Yeah. Or in my case, if the parents are the ones, if they're not bugging you on the weekend, you're like, why am I not getting messaged?
Yeah,
Not so
then
much that.
you get worried. Yeah. No, because a lot of people are saying like boycott Wells Fargo, but I don't think it's the whole company. Which is the company is obviously needs to make a change to address so this something like this doesn't ever happen again. Um, but I think it's that branch specifically that is the problem. But you can take it further and say most companies that have cubicle system, there's no community. There's
No, but
no
I still think it does fall under Wells from the top because everything filters down. It's in
yeah.
most things
Why
in
did
life.
they not have a wellness center or
Yeah, a wellness center or more interactive because again, it starts at the very top. If the very heads are very unempathetic and don't care and it's all about the numbers, you hit targets, you sign up so many people, we make so much money. I don't actually care. We can replace everyone.
yeah
Then filters down, same mentality of you're in your cubicle, you do your job, clock in, clock out. That's all I need from you. Yeah. So I think maybe there is some more accountability from the heads, but then the main accountability does fall with that branch specifically. I mean, that is the main one. It is hard to say it's wealth as a whole, even though I believe it probably is, but it's very easy for them as a whole to just go, no, it wasn't us. We have these things in place. That branch just wasn't following protocol or wasn't using the tools we have at our disposal. Because I'm pretty sure that's what their marketing teams are trying to do now as cover up,
yeah
or not so much cover up. I think that's the wrong word. Trying to rescue the situation.
yeah yeah. Um, the thing is, everyone has everyone has their own problems. Everyone has their own life. Even the guys at the top who are making all the millions, their problem is I need to make more money. So they hire people to make more money. Okay. So now these people need to hit their targets so that they can make more money, so that the owners can make more money. And it just trickles down. So for me, in my job, it is to hit my targets so that I keep the clients happy and they pay next month. Okay. And that keeps the bosses happy. And everyone is just doing the same thing, the same pointless tasks of doing something so that money can come in. And that is where the situation lies. Now, granted, at my company, very happy with it. Every morning on the Slack channel, everyone says good morning, everyone says goodbye at the end of the day. Everyone's open for a call throughout the day. So we're a small company. Imagine the company gets to like
It helps.
a couple 100,000 people, then good morning, good morning, good morning. That'll be a bit tiring.
You can
Um,
spend all day scrolling through just good morning.
yeah. But okay, let's finish off on a lighter note. What I did was I went onto Gemini, um, and I asked for give me 10 general knowledge questions. Okay, I'm looking
Oh
at the
dear.
questions now. I don't like them, so I'm gonna say make them naughty.
Oh,
Oh, I cannot fulfill that request. Okay.
oh
Uh, make them
yeah.
silly. Okay, cool. I've got 10 questions. No, come on, man. Okay, fine. I'm happy with that. I've got 10 questions. What we're going to do is we're going to answer the questions, and then I'll get the answers. I haven't got the answers yet. And we will say what we've answered. Okay. And if
Oh,
whoever's the closest will win.
I'm getting my trusty pen and paper out.
Get your trusty pen and paper ready. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a
Still
virus.
has my
Get it off my
virus.
screen. Get it off my screen. I don't want a virus. The first one kind of is in your favor. You'll see.
That makes me worry.
I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy these questions. I might go back to the previous ones because I know the answers to the previous ones. Not because I know the
It's called.
answers, but because I know what the answers are. Does that make sense? I don't have the answers here. Look,
I believe you.
I'll prove it to you. What's the longest river in the world? The Nile River. First person to step on the moon? Neil Armstrong. Chemical symbol for gold? AU. You see, I know all of them. What does the acronym CPU stand for?
Central Processing Unit.
Is it central or computer?
No,
I don't know.
Central.
Okay, are you ready? Question number 1. What do you call a
I feel
fish
like I'm at
with
high
no
school.
eyes?
A fish with no eyes.
Yes, that is question number 1. Right. Question number 2. If a chicken lays an egg on a roof, where does the egg go?
What are these
Ah,
questions?
I don't know. Okay. Question number 3. What do you call a sleeping bull?
A sleeping bull.
Yeah.
Did you call it exactly that? I don't know.
I've got one. Question number 4. What is the opposite of a good mood?
Bad mood.
Write it down.
I swear it's probably gonna have some whack thing.
I hope this is good because I haven't vetted this at all. Imagine it
It
just
could be
gives
in
us
so
like
much.
imagine it just gives us logical answers. It's like not funny. Question number 5. If you cross a kangaroo with a duck, what do you get?
A kangaroo with a duck.
With a duck, yeah, what do you get?
A platypus.
It's a good one.
I don't know how to spell it. Platypus. Yeah, well.
POES. Capital letters. Next one, also kangaroo focus. What do you call a lazy kangaroo? Uh,
I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting these
question
wrong
number
enough.
question number 7. What is the loudest fish in the sea? You should know that one. Isn't a humpback whale? Does that count? That's
That's
not a
a
fish.
mammal.
It's in the sea. So, and I was going to say orca, but that's also a mammal. Are there any fish that make sounds?
I think you're trying to be too literal.
But are there any fish that make sounds?
Pretty much most of them make sounds when you take them out of the water. The air against their gill plates makes a grunting sound.
Okay. I'm just going to say a shark because I don't know. 8. What do you call a cow that can't sing? A cow that can't
Oh,
sing.
what? A cow that can't sing?
just, just a cow, surely.
What do you call a cow that can't sing? I don't know, dinner?
What is the opposite of a light year?
opposite of a light year.
Yeah.
I think I've been too literal.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around, does it make a sound?
Oh, that's one of those stupid trick questions.
Okay, are you done?
Again, depends on how literal you're gonna be, or how literal it's gonna be.
Well, I'm asking for the answers. Answers, please.
Number
Okay.
one is
Fish. Yes, fish. FSH. Is that what you got?
yep.
Yep, same for proof.
Oh, I feel like we got this pretty similar.
Okay, cool. Next one. If a chicken lays an egg on the roof, where does it go? I wrote in the gutter.
And so did I.
In the gutter.
Are we the
They said
are we the
it
same
said
person?
the answer is down. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Uh, what do you call a sleeping bull?
I
What have you
said
got?
sleeping bull.
You got close to that. I went with moo.
Oh
It is
dear.
a snooze bull. A snooze bull is the answer. Oh, jeez, really? What do you?
That's a terrible one.
What is the opposite of a good
That's
mood?
a bad mood.
That's the answer. Why is that a question? Oh no. Okay, what do you get if you cross a kangaroo with a duck?
I said platypus.
Platypus, no. I said a jumping quack. The answer is a can duck.
Oh,
What a stupid answer. I thought jumping quack was quite good, like a jumping jack, but a quack. Anyway,
I would have given you points for that one.
I'll see myself out. Uh, what do you call a lazy kangaroo?
Roo.
Roo.
I said
That's a good
Roo.
one. I said I wanna be asleep. Like I wanna be asleep. The answer is a pouch potato.
Pouch, but I mean,
Yeah.
okay. That was not too bad.
Oh, they gave
I
us a
mean,
literal answer. Okay, what is the loudest fish in the sea? I
trumpet
put a
fish.
shark. What did you put?
I said trumpet fish.
Is that a real thing? No. A
Did they
grouper.
name like an actual? Oh, oh yeah,
A
they do
grouper.
grunt.
Apparently, a grouper is the loudest fish in the sea. Oh my word! That's. What do you call a
I would.
cow that can't sing?
I said dinner.
I said a cow because all cows can't sing. A silent cow, apparently, is the answer. Yeah,
Uh,
these questions suck.
oh my god.
Um, but I would have got 100% with the other questions. So
Okay, no, yeah, whatever you typed in to get these is absolutely shocking.
I literally said, "Give me general knowledge questions," and then I said, "Make them silly," and that's okay. What do you
This is
call the opposite of a light year? I
a
said
dark
Woody.
day. A woody?
Yeah, like Buzz Lightyear and Woody.
Oh, I said a dark day.
Oh, okay. It's a heavy year. I'm
No, that
sorry that
isn't
you
a
guys have to
dad
watch
joke.
this. We will, yeah, these are like dad jokes.
But like not even the funny kind. These are just These make my brain hurt.
I think next episode we must do we must do our best dad jokes. So if you can get 10, I'll get 10. And then we'll be able to clip farm. Last question: if a tree falls in the forest but no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound?
I said yes.
The answer, I also said yes. The answer is yes. It makes a sound, but no one is there to hear it. But the worms heard it. So right, tally.
Exactly, and the birds and the bees.
Just like my maths marks in high school, 3 out of 10.
We are actually the same person because I also got 3 out of 10.
And we got the same ones right. Fish, bad mood, and yes. Oh, okay. Well, it's been fun. Vincel, wrap us up.
Oh wow, that is actually what a way to end it. So with that, we didn't forget you, Yaku. We hope you're watching and subscribed and liking our videos, please. We need like at least 3 likes. I can't keep liking my own videos. It's getting sad now. So please, Yaku, like my like our video. But yeah, other than that, thanks very much, Terence. Where's everybody in? Oh, I just spoke gibberish for a second there. Where's everybody gonna find you on social media if they want to find out a little bit more about you?
Thanks, Vincel. You can subscribe to the links in the description, but at Scarlet Marketing on TikTok and on YouTube. Uh, had a really good video come out last week, so make sure to go and watch that. And that's all. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye bye.